Hello, Easy World friends. Julia Rogers Hamrick here, and I have an assortment of things to talk about. Before I forget, let me show you this cool bracelet, this little heart tag that says "Made with Love." And this was made for me by my friend Liz Green in the UK. And I just got it in the mail and I was so excited to get this lovely present. Anyway, check out Liz Green. You can find her on Facebook for sure. And I think she's gonna be making these custom order for sale. So check it out. They're really cool. They're gratitude bracelets, macrame, magical macrame gratitude bracelets. So you know you want one. Anyway, actually, that's kind of a theme tonight. I'm going to be talking about something that was made by another friend, if you would call authoring a book making something, and I guess it is. I'm an author. It feels like I'm making something when I'm creating a book. And this book is, okay, let me back up. The book is by Kayla Ambrose, and Kayla is this cool lady that if you don't know her, you need to. She has a radio show, and now I think it's even a TV show called Explore Your Spirit. And she has had everybody who's anybody on her show, everybody who's anybody in the metaphysical book world, including me, a couple of times to talk about recreating Eden and to talk about choosing Easy World. And I love Kayla. She's a wonderful interviewer, and she's a curious person in the sense that, not odd, although some people might call her a little odd because she's into some very unusual things, but that's not what I mean. She's curious in that she's interested in so many things, and she does so much that it makes my head spin to think about all the stuff that she accomplishes. But she has recently had 2 books published. One of them is Ghost Hunting in North Carolina. Look that up if you're interested in the paranormal and ghosts and stuff. It's really an interesting book. And living in North Carolina, it's especially interesting to me. And interestingly, in our house, I see sort of apparitions out of the corners of my eye a lot of times. I just saw one, just as I was telling you about ghost hunting in North Carolina. So I think the spirit contingent in our household is going, yes, read Kayla's book on ghost hunting. It's good. Anyway, the book that I actually want to talk about is the other book that came out at about the same time. See, I told you she is a person who got a lot done, 2 books at once. It's called The Awakened Aura. It is just a wonderful book about the aura, about the energy fields that surround our bodies or our spirits, that sort of the it's actually pretty multifaceted. To just say it's energy fields surrounding our body is very simplistic, and that's one thing that I'm learning from reading this book. You know, and normally I would read a book before I would review it, but I've been reading this book for a while. It's not that I'm having a hard time getting through it because it's not interesting. It's because it's jam-packed with great information that makes me want to stop and contemplate and digest it. And so actually I've had this book since well before Christmas, and I meant to review it right away, but I have a confession to make. I oftentimes will get a book to review and I'll kind of skim over it and go, yeah, okay, I get that, I get the drift. And sometimes I'll go back and read them in depth thoroughly and love doing that, and other times I'll glean what I need to glean out of the book by skimming. But not this book. This book has so much great stuff in it. By the way, can you see the bookmarks? That's a sign of a book that has really got my attention when I have to bookmark multiple places because I'm so excited about it. I want to go back and reread and study or remember to quote from it or whatever. Anyway, I'm learning tons from this. I have a feeling I won't just read it once either. Now, I'm a person, you know, I've been on the spiritual path since the early 1980s, and I've, you know, kind of been around the block, and I thought I pretty much knew what the aura was, but boy, oh boy, I only knew just a fraction of what I'm learning in Kayla's book. She's an expert on the aura, and excuse me, I'm learning about how your aura interacts with someone else's aura, how your energy fields respond if you're very sensitive and empathic like I am, you know, intuitive, ways to take care of yourself and to protect your energy integrity, different things to look for when you're attempting to read someone's energy fields, what happens when you are in the presence of someone who's angry or depressed, or what various auric characteristics are in different circumstances with people's emotional states and mental states and so on. It's just awesome. I am loving it. And I'll show you this. This is a picture. This is a picture I had made through Kirlian Photography. See if I can hold it up close enough for you to see. I had that made. Yeah, that's me in the midst of all those colors, those rainbow wild colors. That was me at the International New Age Trade Show in June of 2004. And I was just introducing my first book, Recreating Eden, and the International New Age Trade Show is held yearly in Denver in the summertime. And that was very convenient since I lived in Denver at the time. And I was really excited to be there. Really, you know, I tend to have a wide open heart anyway, and have had the challenge, shall we say, of letting a lot of energy in and not really having a good system for releasing the stuff that comes in, you know, when it doesn't belong to you or it's not enhancing your energy. You need to have a way to release it. And at this point, I didn't quite have that down, but my circuits were wide open. If anybody's an auric reader, might be interesting for some feedback on this. But this, I think, you know, at the time I thought, wow, look at me. I have such a wildly colorful aura. That must mean, you know, it's really strong and I'm really healthy. And now I'm kind of wondering, I think I need to get this analyzed by Kayla, because it may just mean chaos. I'm not really sure what it means, but I thought I'd show you. This is a picture of an aura taken with a camera. And, you know, one thing I'm going to do is, as I'm continuing to read this book, is look up the various colors and see, you know, what they're related to based on what the book says, not just on what I thought. Because, like I said, as I found out, I don't know as much about the aura as I thought. But, you know, I have been, I say reading auras, really observing auras for maybe 25 years or so. And one of the things I noticed, in fact, this happened when I was looking at my dogs one evening in my office. They were lying in their dog bed next to my desk. And I was looking at them and just feeling so much love pouring through me for my dogs. And I was noticing the light around them. And I had this really strong feeling of I love you. And I said to them, I love you so much. And at that moment, their auras jumped in size. It tripled in size, at least tripled in size, and went from just kind of being a sort of a vague purpley white. They went into this beautiful pink color. And it stunned me at first because I had never seen that happen. And then I realized, is that them responding to me loving them, or is that my ability to see something more and greater when I'm in that higher vibrational state of expressing love? So maybe both. And one thing I'm learning in Kayla's book is the energy connections that you make when you have a deep bonded relationship with someone. And I'm sure it's not just true with people, it certainly must be true with animals, that you have that deep connection and you share an energy exchange. So I'm not sure whether it was them who responded to that energy I was, sending in their direction, or whether it was me rising in vibration and suddenly having an expanded ability to see. So, more questions maybe than answers tonight, but I did want you to know about The Awakened Aura by Kayla Ambrose. And if you're at all interested in energy and human body and health and healing and just, how energy interacts with you and with others and so on, and get the book. So, I think I'm going to call that done for right now. And as always, I'm Julia Rogers Hamrick, and sending love to all.